you know, it's your business at the end of the day, but I'm kind of wondering, do you have a few fights left with the UFC, or what's the contract situation looking like now that, especially because you're moving up to lightweight stuff?
Yeah, I have I either have three or four. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that. Like it's like for me, it's like if my performances are if I ever had something like that happen again, that would be the last time that I stepped in there. Because obviously like I felt so good and mentally I was so good. So like there's no excuse for me to like have that performance. So if it's not the weight cut, then and it's like just something else, then I'm not gonna do this to myself over and over and embarrass myself like that. So, I'm excited about going up to lightweight and just kind of getting some time to recover from the weight cuts, man. Like the weight cuts are brutal. Like I go, 6, 7 weeks. Like if I just fought, I usually give myself a few days where I just kind of like recover and eat kind of sloppy on purpose just to get it out of my system. And then once I'm done with those 3 or 4 days, I go back to my diet, and it's like I'm almost in a calorie deficit. Not every day, but I'm in a calorie deficit 3 to 4 days a week, and which is freaking crazy. And it's so hard to I had to get my protein in. I had to get all my fats in, but I'm staying away from carbs like all the time, like year round. I'm staying away from that because it's like as soon as that stuff touches my body, man, I blow up. So I won't have a problem with being at lightweight. I used to wrestle at 174 and 165 in college, and I could barely make 65 because I was like, having to cut 3 or 4 times a week. So it was, just the when I made the move to light, I fought all my amateur fights at welterweight, and then I went down to lightweight when I went pro. And then after like 3 or 4 pro fights, I went down to featherweight. And making that jump from welterweight to lightweight was brutal. And then making the jump from lightweight to featherweight was insane. Took me like a whole year to get down, but like I did that cut for a long time at featherweight and never missed weight. And so I think it's just time to give my body time to recover. Maybe a whole year at lightweight, and then maybe I could go down again, but we'll see.
Right. Well, you're a big guy, man. So I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what you look like when you, because you're what, like 5'11", 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'11". Yeah,
Yeah. So, I
it's just
mean, 155, there's not a lot of 5'11s out there. You know what I mean? So I think you put on some muscle, 10 extra pounds of muscle on you, you might be a force to reckon with at 155.
yeah. I'm excited, man. I just want to be healthy, man. I want to be able to perform like I feel, and I don't want to like dread my last 3 weeks of camp because it's so hard to even train. I had to like eat heavy the night before and the morning of my training days that I'm doing my sparring rounds because that's the only time I get to eat. So like I eat really good on those days and make sure I get my calories in, just so I have energy for that practice. And then after that, I go back to my diet and my normal diet, and then I'm training very lightly because I don't have the same energy and I don't have the same like strength because I'm not eating as much. So going up to lightweight, I think it's going to be a big game changer, and I'm excited. But looking for matchups probably the next week or two and get something lined up. Hopefully, I think beginning of November is going to be the best bet.
Okay, for sure. What do you normally eat like when you're dieting, out of curiosity? Because it seems like it's a pretty tough diet that you're just sticking to year round. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, really, just like I'm doing like 80% protein. I'm doing like 20 or 15. Man, no, probably 70% protein, 20% fats, and then the rest of it's kind of carbs. And like I love just basic things, and I don't really love like a crazy diet. I just like I can't touch pasta, I can't touch bread, I can't touch any sugar. Like it's insane because how fast my body just blows up if I do go to that stuff. And I think that adding in some pasta or adding in some like more fats or more a little bit more fatty meats, things like that will be a big difference on my training because if I was able to train the way that like when I'm at my max on my Tuesdays and my Saturday mornings, those days when I get to eat, that's when I feel the best and that's when I train the hardest. And then I go back to my normal diet and then I just kind of, have to taper everything down. So
Yeah, I feel that. Or else you
yeah,
probably get injured going really hard.